Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the final part of Masochisia. We're on Act 6, The Mouth. And we find ourselves in the office with him. Albert, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your priest. These things you speak of, these are dark things. Dark? We're just getting to the best part, I could say. Or I could still hear his screams. Or I don't know how to stop. I still hear his screams. The past has a way of holding with us. His pain, his suffering. Do his cries haunt you? Perhaps they should. Perhaps you have more feelings than you let on. Sometimes I remember I'm human, or I feel more than you realise. Or don't overanalyze me. Well, no, it's going to be sometimes I remember I'm human, when I'm not killing people. You are human. Always have been. You're made of the same flesh and blood as I. And these glimpses of humanity make these next questions so challenging. You've done very terrible things. Young Billy, he suffered greatly. But why? What possible pleasure was there to gain in his agony? Why did you make him suffer so greatly? Good question, really. But here we go. We've got 3 options. They told me to do it, again, kind of shifting the blame away from me, because I wanted to make him suffer. Really sort of embracing the monster that I really am. Or it was the only way I could be saved, thinking that this would lead to my salvation. All this guilt and pain would be lifted from my shoulders. Which one am I going to go for? What's my excuse? I don't know what I picked last time, but this time I think I'm going to go for it was the only way I could be saved. The commandments of God. The voice of an angel. The screeching voices in your head. The vicious monsters in your heart. These are not your salvation. They are simply the justification. Your justification. They command. You simply obey. An innocent puppet, moving as they tug your strings. For one who craves control, you seem to have so very little of it. Some pretty wise words there. Okay, and we find ourselves back in the warehouse. The evidence, as we know, has been disposed of. And we have our dead brother here to see us. How does it feel? The weight is lifted from your shoulders. Your true self can emerge from its shell. I feel like I can finally breathe. This feels wrong, or I think I feel sick. I'm going with the third one. I think I feel sick. Yes. This is to be expected. This is all so new for you. These feelings. This absolute freedom. Don't worry. The sickness will pass with time. But I feel so guilty. Or I can go with number 2 and essentially say, when can I kill again? I enjoyed that so much, I want to do it more. I'm going to go for 1. I feel so guilty. Yes, guilt. You are human, brother. What kind of person would you be if this didn't bother you? But you're bigger than that. You've placed what was required of you above your feelings. You've done as you were told. You've done as you were meant to do. And what is required now? Much is required. For much has been given to you. But for this moment, let us return to the messenger. The sacrament was prepared. The blood has been spilled. Okay, this doesn't really feel like it's going to be over anytime soon, does it? Is there going to be a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th? Right, let's leave the warehouse. We need to go back to the shrine, obviously. We need to speak to Michael again, see what he wants from us. Hamilton, why? Why do you think we are this way? We did not ask for this calling. Yet, we are. Yet we are, yeah. I guess I am what I am. But what am I? That's the real question. Am I a monster? Am I being manipulated by these servants of God? I don't even know. I really don't. Okay, but we need to head south. We need to go back over the creek. We're killers, aren't we? 3 options here. I can say we're survivors. We're messengers. Or there is no we, trying to disassociate myself from this voice in my head. Let's see what happens if I say there is no we. Then why do you keep talking to us? Can we not have a moment's peace? I guess he's kind of got a point. If you want to sort of ignore a voice in your head, the last thing you want to do is answer its questions. Did you know? The pills don't really change us. They don't really hide us. you'll notice actually that we don't have pills. We also don't have any needles as well. So there's no get out of jail free cards to take right now. We're on our own. Billy's screams still haunt me, as his face does as well. Okay, enter the woods then again. Oh, we play this game, do we? The pills are our crutch. They were never anything more. But you said I needed them. Right at the beginning, he said I needed them, right? And we did. For a time. They helped us cope. Helped us rationalize. So I could do all this. So I could do all this, really? Okay, we need to ignore the cemetery, don't we? So we need to go back here to the left. Down towards this path. Over here. And no, fuck's sake. Billy, just leave. I'm so sorry, really. Disturbing does not even scratch the surface of what I did to you, but just leave me alone. And then there was the magic needles. You remember them? How could I forget them? Are you saying they had no purpose? Nay, they had a purpose. They existed for our pleasure. We use them because we want them. It wasn't to get away from monsters or anything like that. It wasn't to stop panicking. We just found pleasure in it. Here we are then, back at the shrine. Hamilton, never forget. The prescription on our pills is not the essence of who we are. We are who we are. Again, I am who I am. Back in the shrine then. Hello. Oh, Jesus, fuck. I forgot how bad he looks right now. Wow. They look heavy. Ah, child. How you grow. Your feet are firmly planted on the path of our righteousness. But you will not walk this path alone. For we are the mouth. And we will all walk this path with you. This weight is too much. Or I hunger for more. What am I going to pick? What am I going to pick? This weight is too much. Doubt. Like a cancer of the mind. It is a sickness. Do not wallow in this pit of self-loathing and despair. You will accept this destiny. For I have already seen the end. You are the mouth, not the eyes. Or what is at the end? Well, you know what? You are the mouth, not the eyes. Let's see what he says to that. The mouth speaks what the eyes see. Do not doubt what I see. I've witnessed the ending. There is blood and death. So much death. My death? Or how many will I kill? Well, is it going to be my death? Yes, child. Your death. Seated in a throne of wood and steel, surrounded by your enemies. When the electric touch of God himself circuits through your body. But before this, many others will die before this final rapture. Who will I kill? Or how many will I kill? Let's see if we can get a number. For a time, you will count. For a time, you will care. So many young faces. So many you begin to forget their eyes. Their taste. Their taste? Your sins will be great. Only the blood of the innocent can cleanse you. And true innocence can only belong to the children of this world. This is our modus. But in time, even their deaths will not satisfy your hunger, your thirst. A sip of the blood, a taste of the flesh. You will partake in this holy communion of blood and flesh. Take, eat, for this is our sacrament. If you're wondering what the numbers mean, by the way, I honestly have no idea. They appear in the description of the videos and stuff and like about the game and everything, but I honestly have no idea what's going on with them. If somebody can like enlighten me on what the hell these mean, please let me know. Is that what I need to do? Grace? We grieve at their deaths, but for this we are scorned. Possessions, as they are called. Victims, as they call them. It is true that there is a vast plain between our definitions, but the grief? They do not understand how intricately connected we are. What they cannot understand is that when it comes to our possessions, we do not necessarily want them to die. In truth, sometimes we do, but mostly we do not. We do, however, need them. We need them to be there for us at all times. We need them to endure what we're giving them. Really, in a perfect world, they'd never die. Their existence would simply be to endure what we impart on them. Death is an unfortunate side effect of what we do. For when we lose our possessions, we are grieved, not because we miss them, but because we have no one else when they're gone. This is how the cycle is reborn. For we are but hollow men, built with broken veins. Okay. Back to the examination then. And here we find ourselves, at the end of our sessions. Our journey together has been, perhaps, not pleasant. Here's one of the big decisions. Yes, I am a monster, or I hate what I've become. And I could just go along with this, but I hate what I've become. Why do you hate yourself? I don't hate you. You have done terrible things. Things which you must accept responsibility for. That feeling of guilt over your actions, you must cling to this. These traces of your humanity. I don't think this is helping me. Or yes, I will remember these. Yes, I will remember these. I will remember the guilt. That's good. You will need to hold on tightly. I wish this could have helped you more. I hope that you'd stop. Your father would live. Billy would live. Grace would live. You must understand. There is a certain fascination that comes with our abhorrence for violence. We are disgusted by its appearance in society. Yet, we can't shake its allure. A fascination seemingly innate to our very genetic code. Secret desires, buried resentment, deep-seated anger. All tinted in dreams of violence. Dreams we, of course, do not speak of. But one can only truly absolve their darkest impulses via exploration. Through this examination of our desires, we begin to understand their place in our existence. You see, violent tendencies may be a festering itch, yet we're all inclined to scratch. So come, let us scratch. Let us see what will flow when the scabs are removed. So, don't you see? It's not real, or I don't think I believe you. It's kind of hard to disagree with him in a way. I think humanity in general kind of perhaps doesn't have a love for it, but a certain fascination. Don't you see it's not real? I don't think I believe you. I don't know what I picked last time. This time I'm going to pick don't you see it's not real. This is all just a fucking game. I think I've done it. You know what? Fuck it. Break the fourth wall. This is all just a fucking game. You don't control when this ends. I do. Really? Now, I don't know how this is going to come out in the video, but what I'm looking at right now is my desktop with this text on top of it. It's like the game has already quit. Yes, I've got my eye on you. And that is how Masochisia ends. You just sit staring at your desktop, looking at this text scrolling by, wondering exactly why you just did what you did. And I don't know if you can see this, but on the desktop, there is actually another text file. So let's take a look. Well, friend, it would appear that you have completed my story. Or have you? Well, you've played as far as you were able to. Did you enjoy my game? No? Well, it's not for everyone. I could tell you had mixed feelings about what you did. Understandable, I suppose. But I suppose our time is done for now. Perhaps you will never hear from me again. Or perhaps I will always be here now. And maybe you will find letters from me again, when you least expect it. Behave now. I know what you're capable of, and I'll be watching you. Hamilton.